Well, this summer could see a huge rise in the number of Australians developing back pain and injuries. Health experts are warning accidents and injuries could lead to chronic back pain, especially for New South Wales and Victorian residents who have spent the last few months in lockdown. Joining me live is functional health practitioner Jason Gilbert. No relation, of course, but Jason, thanks for getting up so early in the morning. Tell me more.
Good morning, Tim. How are you? No problem at all, mate. Well, as we all know, that people have been in lockdown have been extremely limited in the movement and function that they've been used to and accustomed to before lockdown. So a lot of these times it happened fast. Their normal life was changed. They set up the best they could, obviously, home workspaces. They've had kids home. They've been helping kids with homework and all this sort of thing. And unfortunately, bit by bit, I've got a little spine here. The spine's a machine. And when we lose function in any machine, obviously it happens bit by bit. When we take it back to a moment which we're about to face, we come out of lockdown, our fear is that we're not going to be prepared for that. Okay, we've gone a long time without doing certain things that will be not only done, but they'll be done probably more vigorously and more enthusiastically than normal.
Yeah, I suppose people sitting at home with their laptops on their lap and eating a bit too much, maybe drinking a bit too much. What should be done in these, well, it's only a matter of weeks really, days for New South Wales in particular, before things start to open up?
Exactly, mate. So what should be done right now is, well, let's look at, there's a couple of weeks, but it's never too late to prepare. It's like preparing for anything. So if we recognise, I've had clients in this time that have worked from bed. People have been sitting down much more than what they used to. So start to move a little more under the circumstances that you're in. Go online. There's plenty of great exercises and stretches, things like that. But also be really mindful of the fact that when you do go back, places like picnics, which are being allowed at the moment, situations that at the best of times are challenging for our spines will be even more challenging. So listen to your body. Okay, pain's always a really good thing, and we forget that it's a signal to us that something's not quite right. So people may or may not have felt pain in this time, but a lot that do feel pain accept that as normal and try to relieve that. So at this moment, really not only looking at spinal function, but look at improving general health as well. If the diet has been relaxed, go back to the basic rules of diet, lower your inflammation. This is all going to make a massive difference. Because in other times, we've seen with clients and people who pass these situations after, let's say when they're convalescing and they're back to normal life, their spine simply isn't used to it. Their muscles don't have that, the memory, the tone that they need and they require, the joints as well. So right now, be mindful of that fact. Plan what you do, okay? When you're doing it, also, be checking in with yourself. And look, movement is the key here. Something as simple as walking will make a massive difference in any situation. Whether you're feeling pain, you walk to relieve it, or you walk beforehand to prepare for it.
Yeah, good advice there. Now, what about the 4 Ps that you mentioned?
Yeah, the 4 Ps. So we touched on the picnic already. Now, picnics are, usually we're associated with a picnic blanket. Now, if you can, go to an area where there's a table or chair or take it yourself, that will make a massive difference. Secondly, remember that when you're sitting, okay, you will be, normally if you're sitting on the ground, you're in a flex position, your spine's simply not prepared for that. So combined with sitting, a lot of us will twist around to get something out of an esky, or we'll do something else that those muscles are contracted and will strain them. So be mindful of that one. Get up regularly. If you're sitting on the ground at a picnic, just stand up, walk around, stand up, have a chat. If you receive a phone call, hey, take advantage and stand up to move. The other one is parties. Okay, alcohol's a muscle relaxant. So what we don't realise is that when we're standing, especially women in high heels and restrictive pants, which are also part of the Ps, the pants, these are all things that can limit our movement, okay, combined with the fact that those muscles are usually there to protect the spine. And being a muscle relaxant, alcohol removes that added protection. So a lot of people will be waking up with pain and going, oh, where's that from? So keep moving once again. Hydrate if you're at a party, really important. Go into it slowly. Understandably, we've been, restricted for a very long time. So human nature is that let's compensate for that. But at the same time, you're really mindful of the consequences and the possibility that that compensation may leave us even more limited than what we were in lockdown.
Yeah, and work on that core. I know my wife's a physiotherapist. She's always saying work on your core. It will help your back. The advice this morning has been wonderful. People ease their way back out of lockdown in every way so they can actually enjoy it once they get there. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, Tim. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.